Hi, it's nice to see you again. So today, as I get ready to do this video, I'm kind of going off my normal script. I have been preparing to receive high-dose radiation to further combat my prostate cancer. And on Monday, I had my procedure, and I felt it was necessary for me today to just briefly share my experience on what it was like. The waiting has been the worst. I found out in August that my prostate cancer had returned. And then after biopsy and second opinion and finally meeting with the doctor that was going to do my procedure in December, the first available date was March 30th. And then I have a second date on April 13th. Both procedures are what my doctor calls rinse and repeat. Whatever they do on the 30th, they're just going to do it again on the 13th. I would tell you that it continues to be the number one thing I deal with, and that is the waiting. You're always waiting. No matter what it is, nothing seems to go immediately. So I waited, and March 30th finally came. We drove to DC where I had the procedure. You arrive at the hospital around 9 in the morning for check-in, and then at 10 o'clock there's a MRI. So you're checked in at the oncology department, and then you're taken upstairs and taken into the room where the MRI machine is, and they conduct a MRI. It takes about 25 minutes, fairly painless. You don't have to change or anything. You just go into the MRI and they do the scan, and then you go back downstairs, and then you're sent to another floor for pre-op check-in. You answer a series of questions, fill out a couple forms, and then shortly before 11 o'clock, a nurse came and took me back into a pre-op area where you're taken into just a small little cubicle, has a bed, and that's where you're going to be getting prepped and ready to go. You're introduced to a pre-op nurse. She's kind of your person that handles you the whole time. She sits down and you just start going through a barrage of questions, filling out forms electronically. She's doing them for you. And then she instructs you that the doctor will be coming to talk to you, get you ready. An anesthesiologist technician comes and kind of explains the process to you. Then the anesthesiologist comes and she talks to you for a little bit. And then you wait. And about 12:45, my procedure was going to be scheduled for 1 p.m. They come and get you. My wife Ann walked with me down to the area where they're going to enter the radiation room. She said goodbye. They wheel you into this little hallway, and you can look at the door with a huge radiation label on it. And then a woman from a specialized department comes, she introduces herself, and then she has a Geiger counter next to you, and she told me that I was free of radiation. I didn't really know what that meant. And then the anesthesiologist looked at me and she said, "Are you ready to go?" And I was kind of surprised. I was like, to go where? Like, you're laying down. And you're also laying on a movable type of pad. They told me that it makes it easier transferring you from the table that the bed you're laying on to the table that they're going to do the procedure on. And as we kind of all stood there, the anesthesiologist looked at me and she goes, "Are you ready?" And I said, "I'm ready." I saw her insert the propofol needle into the IV, and she instructed me to lay my head back, and approximately 4.5 hours later, I woke up in recovery. The procedure was done. I woke up very groggy, I will tell you that. The sedation seemed a lot heavier than anything that I've done in biopsies, and especially heavier than the first time I did brachytherapy. And then the nurse comes over and instructs you as to what's going to happen next. They fill your bladder through your catheter with a large volume of saline solution that you have to urinate to be able to go home. And so I laid there and in my groggy state and watched the nurse empty this entire container into me. I could feel my bladder was expanding. I could definitely tell that there was definitely a large amount of liquid that was going into me. And she set a portable plastic bottle that I had to urinate in to show them that I can urinate before I go home. And I remember looking at the plastic bottle because I've never used one before, so I didn't really know what to do. There's a hard plastic cap on it. I had a difficult time trying to open it up. She left me there. I was by myself. I didn't have Anne in the room. No one was there with me. And within probably, I'd say less than, I'll be generous, 2 minutes, I could tell I needed to urinate right away. And I placed the bottle in between my legs, and I will tell you, it was an amazing feeling to be able to urinate. And I pushed my call button. The nurse came back and she goes, "Can I help you?" And I said, I've urinated. I showed her the bottle and she was like, "Oh, you're going home." And at that point, then they went ahead and got Anne. She came back in. I got dressed. They put me in a wheelchair. Anne went down and got my car. They wheeled me outside. You have a thick packet of information that kind of takes you through the post-op care, what's going to happen at home. We got in the car and we drove back home. I would say I was extremely groggy on the ride home. When I got home, I ate a little food. I hadn't eaten or drank anything for quite a while. And then got pretty tired, went to bed. I did come prepared. I had a Depends with me that I wore in the car just in case I had any issues. I did wear one at night when I went to bed. I did wake up I think it was about 3 times during the night that I had to urinate. That kind of built my confidence that maybe I was okay. The next morning I got up and kind of just went in my day, didn't do a whole lot, relaxed a lot. In the afternoon I could tell I was getting very fatigued again, very tired. So I took a nap. And then Tuesday night, I went out for dinner, had something to eat, felt good to get out of the house. And today is Wednesday, and I'll share with you, as I said at the very beginning of this video series, this was going to be direct. I'm not going to hold back. I had my first bowel movement this morning, and it was pretty effortless, very easy. I'd been taking some Miralax over the past 2 days, seemed to help. And now I'm just recovering and feeling a lot better today. And now I wait, and I do it again on April 13th. I'm feeling pretty confident today. I'm feeling I'm going to beat this thing. I can't thank the nurses and doctors that have cared for me enough. I just want everything to be okay. And I'll tell you one thing. I'm lucky to have a great wife. She's been through this whole thing with me, and she's been awesome. So I'll continue to pick up my videos and prepare anyone who watches this what the journey's like. That's why it's called My Prostate Journey, because that's what it is. Thanks for watching this, and I certainly hope I'm helping you understand it, because I didn't understand any of it. And I hope I'm helping you. Take care, and God bless you.